this video, I'm going to be transforming this 2-year-old map into something feature-worthy. You guys really wanted this video, so let's just jump right into it. Alrighty, everybody, welcome to Court. This is a free-for-all map I made back when class designers were added to the game. And I mean, I updated over time with some things, for example, these vending machines right here. But I think it's really starting to show its age. I mean, first of all, there's these player spawns that are just kind of terrible. This map uses the old Chapter 1 trees, which are fine. They look good, but the Chapter 2 trees look a lot better than the Chapter 1. They're also mixed in here a little bit here. I came in later and added these in thinking they looked good for some reason. What I wanted to do is basically take this map. I'm really not even going to change the layout of the map that much. I'm literally just going to upgrade it and make it better. I mean, here we go. So here is the class selection area. I can't swing my pickaxe. I did update this over time, but the same concept is basically present. So here I am in the map. Now, originally you weren't meant to build, but as you can see, settings are a bit broken. You can't even destroy what you built, so that's great. I also can't slide in this map, and that's something I would like to add. Alrighty, so the first thing I'm going to do in here, and don't worry, I made a copy of the original, is delete all of these mechanics, because frankly, I'm just gonna redo them all. Now, everything here should fall, yes, because, guys, we don't use building to prop here. This is an old map. That what didn't exist. Over here, I need to delete all of these vending machines. Let's go in here and delete all of the spawn pads. And because it is the winter time, I also want to make the map a bit wintry, you know? It's the winter time, why not? So I'm going to add some awesome looking mountains in the back and have all the trees be snowy and have a little snow on the ground. It's gonna be awesome. Now that I've pretty much deleted all the mechanics, what I'm going to do is I'm going to select this whole entire map and I'm going to put it on building to prop, because I am going to actually elevate this a little bit. I don't want the players to be able to see all the luscious grass down here because we want this map to be snowy. So the map is basically copied over. Over here in this area, I didn't copy over the ground because in the original map, it was literally just grass, and we can't have just grass like this, you know, in a snowy map. Why would we do that? I also didn't copy the road over because I'm going to replace the road texture. In fact, I mean, I still copied it over a little bit over here, but I am going to make the road texture look a lot nicer. But I mean, that's for the future. Right now, let's take care of this mess down here. This is so ugly. Alrighty, so everything's been deleted. One thing I'm going to do is go into my settings, change the time of day to maybe 7-ish. And right here at light color, we are going to set it to white. It looks like the fog thickness is already turned up. The fog color is going to be white, and I don't know. Alrighty, maybe now. I set the fog to a little less dense, and I think it's looking pretty good. The next place I want to touch up is down here. First of all, these cars are a bit outdated. Second of all, this texture right here is kind of ugly, so I'm going to delete it, along with those little cube shapes, and I'm going to replace it with these floors from the Dark Tilted Gallery. Personally, I think it's already looking a lot better. I'm actually going to also take this pillar right here and you know, just place them there. It looks a lot better that way. One thing this place is lacking is lighting. So I am going to go into the Weeping Woods gallery. I'm going to grab this light right here, and I'm going to place it around the place. However, this is a little too small for my liking. So we're going to increase the size a little bit, and we're going to definitely increase that height, and that's looking a lot better. Now, the trick for placing lights is to already have them aligned like this. And now I'm just going to select all of them. I'm going to change my flight speed to 0.5. I'm going to select them all. I'm going to change grid snap to off. And very slowly, I'm going to inch my way towards the ceiling without moving my camera, mind you. And as soon as they touch the ceiling, I am just going to place them down. And there we go. We have lights. They're all aligned exactly the same. They're touching the ceiling and they're, you know, just giving more light to the area. I'm just going to place the light device well where all the lights are. And I'm also going to make sure they're barely, you know, they're close to the ceiling, but they kind of make the lights a little glowy too. Look at that. Okay, so I have a few complications right now. First of all, these lined up completely fine, but I misplaced these lights over here, so I'm just going to replace them. Alrighty, so I fixed up all the lights, and I mean, that's not looking half bad now, is it? Now, the one thing to keep in mind when placing down lights is that if you're on a fancy console or if you're on PC and have your settings all the way to max like I just switched to right now, these lights do not look the exact same. So as you can see, there's some lens flares. If I turn the intensity of this all the way up, it is so intense. See that? See how big that lens flare is? It's so bad, dude. So yeah, that's just something to keep in mind. Alrighty, so let's add the cars now. So I'm going to go into my galleries. I'm going to look up, actually, I don't have to look up anything. I can just go on the sidebar over here and look for vehicle. Now, the cars you want are from the variant car gallery B, I believe. Yeah, these ones right here. So I'm just going to, oh God. I didn't mean that. I am going to just place these around. So now that I have all these cars placed down, these are just like placeholders. I'm gonna make different colors and I'm gonna have them angled different way, but this is just for now. Alrighty, so we have our incredibly difficult parking garage thing to actually drive out of, but you know, it's here, right? Oh God, it's here. Alrighty, so it's been a minute and I've made some final touches to the garage over here, the car garage. So, I mean, just walking in here, as you can see, there's trash on the floor. There's some graffiti now. We got some spray cans because, you know, they're doing a little work over here, making these guys. We got some cones over here. One of them is tilted over in the middle because it adds something just to the middle of the garage. That's looking a bit empty without it. It still kind of looks a bit empty. Obviously, we got the cars, we got the dumpster fire graffiti, and yeah, I think it's looking great, honestly. Now, one thing I want to work on is the nature around this place. Now, I'm not gonna do the whole thing just yet. You know, I'm not gonna build all the mountains and stuff. I just want to work on this space over here, looking this way. I mean, walking down here now is a completely different feeling than what it was before. I mean, look at this. It's just so cool looking. Look at that. Awesome. And it's gonna look so good once I build mountains back here. It's gonna be awesome. So it's been about 12 hours. I got a little bit of sleep, and I clearly did a lot of work off camera. You can see as you get closer to the map, the trees are pretty big, right? This is a pretty big tree. As you get farther away, the trees slowly become smaller, smaller, smaller. Look at this. It's like I'm in a, it's like, I don't know, like a toy set right now. And then as you get up here, up close to the mountains, as you can see, the trees are super tiny. And it makes it look like the mountains are just farther in the distance than they really are. And I did the same thing with the bushes. As you can see, the bushes got smaller up until here, where there's these two, which are like super tiny. I also changed the lights in this area to cast shadows. So if you look at the ground, all the lights I placed down actually cast shadows now, and I did that because if I actually switch this to not cast shadows, as you can see, the lights kind of bleeds through the floor right here, and I don't really like that. But yeah, that's where I am right now. I still have no idea how I'm going to decorate the main section. I really have no clue, but I'll figure something out. But yeah, I'm just gonna continue work on the terrain. And as you can see already with just this, it's already kind of looking far away. Well, that's kind of because it kind of is far away, really. But just because we added these couple layers, it really helps sell the illusion. I actually think I'm gonna add another layer below it. Maybe a little section like over here. Maybe a little thingy right here. Now over here, I think it will be a pretty cool idea to have like a little stream running through here. What if it actually like cut through here and then went behind there, and then you can't really see it anymore? I don't know. Yeah, I think I'm gonna do that. So I'm gonna have like a little stream come by here, and then it's gonna go all the way around and then cut through that way. Wow, this actually looks really cool. Look at that. That's awesome. Okay, what if I take this, turn it to white, turn that opaqueness up a little more? Maybe like that. Make the height really tall. And what if near the end of these rocks, I placed like... Yeah, look at that. My idea is working. It's like foam or something. Alrighty, I think the river itself is pretty much done. Now I've got to work on the terrain a little bit more, and I've got to add more nature. So, I mean, you've already seen the process a million times. I'll see you then once I have that done. Alrighty, so it's been a few days since I last talked to you, and I honestly forgot what I said last time. I don't know if I said I was going to show off this river when it was done, or maybe I was going to stop and record that and then finish. I don't know. My point is that I finished all of the terrain around the map off camera, because let's be honest, I did a lot already on camera, and I'm not going to repeat everything that I already said, you know? But I mean, yeah, it's looking pretty good. If you look on the map, it's pretty easy to see that illusion I was talking about, where you have the trees in the background be smaller than the trees in the front, and not just trees too, like rocks and bushes and stuff, but I think it's easiest to see with the trees. As you can see, like this tree that I'm highlighting right here is massive, and then all these little white specks in the back are tiny little trees. So yeah, it helps give that illusion, man. It's really good. Like that looks way in the distance, but if I actually fly over there, as you can see, it's really not that far away. Oh yeah, and also I changed up the front a little bit. There's no longer a little like cave entrance over here. I actually made the road curve this way and around that way, because I feel like the cave entrance kind of took away from that distance illusion that I was talking about. So yeah, I think the terrain around the map is pretty much done. Now, if anyone's curious about dead spaces like this, don't worry about it, because I mean, like, if you look at the road, it just cuts off. I made sure you literally just couldn't see it from the map. There's going to be barriers here. You're not going to be able to walk outside there. And yes, this is just a background. I kind of went all out. I mean, like, when it comes to the road, you literally, like, it's actually impossible to see that it even cuts off over there, so don't worry about that. All right, so that's enough rambling on my part. What I want to do is, I want to kind of decorate this place a little bit. So I'm not going to do in here right now, but what I do want to do is add some of these props that I've placed down over here. I don't know if I'll use all of them, but, yeah. We've got some, garbage bins, some places to sit down, a picnic table. These trees I already kind of laid out to where I want them to be. I do have reference pictures. I'll put them up on screen right now. And finally, I got some lights and this lamp right here. It's gonna hang on the side of the building because I think it'll look really good against the brick. But yeah, I mean, like, let's get building. So I really want to figure out the tree situation, because this map isn't complete without the trees. The trees are kind of important because you can use them for cover. You know, if we just had this big open area area, like the area is already open enough, but I think the tree it's that tiny little bit, you know what I mean? I mean, just looking at this photo already, I can just tell that this is not the right size, and it is not the right place either. And I think it goes here, just about. I don't know, that looks good to me. And then this second tree over here, it's kind of like in the middle, kind of like up close. That's the thing though, like I don't think it's right there. Maybe move it that way more, get it off grid and maybe do that. Maybe I can just like align it up with the fence. Like, come on, I think that's fine, right? Well, let's do what we came here for and place down these trees like that. Then we'll have this one over here. There we go, look at that, there's trees. Now, one thing I also noticed in this reference picture are these bushes on the ends over here. You see, the issue is I don't think there is snow bushes in this game with the chapter 2 style. So, hold on, maybe, no. I mean, it's not like I can't use these like shrubs though. I mean, their texture is kind of broken and creative right now, but I mean, like, if you look at this one, like this one's really broken. Like, oh, why, how did they ruin that? Yeah, I think that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna use this, maybe actually size this down more, and then up the height. I'm going to fully reset the size on this and shrink it down. I mean, that doesn't look too bad, right? What if we shrink the height down? I think that looks better. And now I need to copy this and put it over here. Alrighty, that's about it for this section in terms of like trees and stuff. Let's move on to down here. Yeah, because there's a lot of trees in here that I gotta place down. Alrighty, now I just gotta take these, turn them off grid, just slightly. I don't have to resize them fully, just a little bit. Now, one thing I think would be cool to add down there is these snow piles, just kind of like in the corners and stuff. I think that's good with the snow piles. Now let's add these picnic tables, and there we go. There's the picnic tables. Now the last few things we need to add are rocks and bushes, so I'll just select those. There we go. We'll put one near the tree, and there we go. I think that is basically this area done. Oh wait, yeah, one more thing. I want to add this thing, so I have it over here. So all this is it's a light from the dark tilted gallery, and all I did was add a light device like a little under it, so it basically just increases its light more. Oh my god, it's gonna look so good. Look at this. It might be a little too bright though. And I've said it before and I'll say it again, lighting is really what takes your map to the next level. Like without good lighting, your map it's just like, it might look good, but it's not gonna look as good, you know what I mean? And I mean, like, just look at the difference that like literally just that makes. Like it's pretty awesome, man. Alrighty, I also want to place down this lantern in areas. And I mean, they don't really look that good. At least I don't think they look that nice. I mean, maybe I could just continue using these things. I think I'm gonna do that. Alrighty, so I've gone and went and placed all these lights around the map, and I think they look pretty good. So, next up, we're going to take this little trash pile thing. If you paid attention down here, you'd see it on the side, but I just want to add this around a little bit, you know? It just adds detail, you know? The whole point is for this version of the map to have way more detail than the last, so look at that, I already have some there. I don't even remember placing that down, but I mean, sure. Maybe under the stairs, right? Sounds like a place you'd find a bunch of trash. I don't know what I'm gonna do with this cone, but I really want to place a cone somewhere. I don't know why. Actually, let's go grab the one that's like knocked over. Yeah, and then we'll put it right here. I don't know why, but it's there now. Let's add some of these benches around. So let's add some over here, you know? There can be a recycle bin right here. And we'll put another one, I don't know, over here, sure. Actually, we'll put a couple over here. A couple recycle bins. I mean, or trash bins, really. Like, I don't know. They're green, so I'm assuming they're recycle bins, okay? Now, of course, if you're going to have recycle bins, you have to have trash nearby, right? So, we'll put a trash can next to this one. Alrighty, now let's work on the building. In the original map, what this place consisted of was basically just chairs and tables, and that was basically it. And I really want to capture that same feel with literally just tables and chairs. I'm just gonna, you know, add some more detail to them, maybe add food on some of them. I don't know. But the first thing I'm gonna do is add lights to this place. And yeah, so I'm gonna add lights. Alrighty, so in my hotbar down there, you can see I have grabbed a bunch of props that I think might look good in this little building we have here. So, I mean, yeah, I mean, all I'm gonna do is place down all this stuff. Alrighty, and that is the inside of this place done. I mean, like, it looks way better than before. Still don't know how I feel about these paintings yet. I think they look good. I like where that one is. One thing I really love is this like separation right here, like these arches, and then these plants in between. I don't know why, but they look so good. I also love all like the little details, like there's books over here on the floor. I don't know, I just really like how this place looks. And I mean, like, I think that's this map done. Like pretty much, right? So my idea for a pregame lobby is actually to have it in like a cave, right? So yeah, I'm going to build like a little cave, you know, for the pregame lobby. I mean, there's nothing else to it. It's just gonna be a cave. One thing I'd still like to do with this is place it on grid, like at the building grid, just in case I'm going to add something to it, but I don't think I will. It's going to be a very snowy cave. Oh, I just placed this on grid snap 16. Oops. There you go. And I mean, like, 8 people are gonna be in this map. I think this is enough space for 8 people, but I'm just gonna expand it outwards a little more to maybe like here. Yeah, that's fine. So what I want is for this to be completely closed in, so I'm going to kind of mark out where I want the cave to start and end. Over here, we can have like my little logo right here, where it's kind of like jutting out more. And then we can have a little supporter creator area like over here, maybe. Let's just take this, size it up, make the height a little taller. Let's maybe this way more. And I'm just gonna place this in like the general area of where I'd like it to be. Because I'm gonna go in here and add in some of, like, there was another rock. This one, hell, maybe even that one, you know, that I might add. All right, so I just placed this rock around and I realized this like streak going through it that I really hate. So I'm gonna try and maybe not have that show up as much. Maybe I could use this rock because it has like kind of a point. And actually, for some reason, this area looks really good. I rotate it a little bit, add this one back. I'm definitely liking how this is looking a lot more than what I was, you know, what I had before. Now, the only thing about these is that their hitbox is kind of weird. Like, oh gosh, oh geez. Yeah, their hitbox sucks. But I mean, like, it's a pregame lobby, so like, who cares? Actually, that is where I was going to put this, right? So let's grab this. Let's copy this. I'll even put it in my phone, so it's in slot 3. So yeah, what if I had this like in the rocks, right? So the rocks are kind of like, I don't know, the letters are kind of like connected to the rocks. I can take this one and add some tiny little details in here. I'm gonna resize this, increase the width a little bit. I think that looks pretty cool. Look at that. Alrighty, so I'm back. I know I said I'll continue. I don't know if I did. I forgot, honestly. But yeah, I think this is turning out pretty good. Now, one thing I wanted to do, I think the sun isn't, well, 4 a.m., but we make the fog thickness 10. I think that's, yeah, that's good. That's good. And one thing I'm trying to do is kind of blend in this section with the rest of the rocks. So as you can see, I kind of laid out more rocks alongside here, and I'm trying to use them in a way that blends in with the rest of the terrain, if that makes sense. So like these rocks, for example, I'll place like, I don't know, right there, and then we'll place another one, not completely sticking through, but maybe right there. That looks too similar next to each other. So let's rotate this that way. Do that. See, that looks pretty good to me. Kind of blends in more. Now I noticed we're missing a little something over here, so I'm gonna increase the height of this rock. And honestly, I think the fog being white is kind of ruining it. Put that to default. There we go. Look at that. That looks cool. So now the sun is going to be shining through this little opening right here. Now that we have the fog color as default, I can turn up the thickness. I mean, look at that. That's cool. All right, well, let's work on this side now. So let's place one there. Place more rocks right there to kind of cover up what this one just did. And I mean, look at that. That looks pretty good, in my opinion. One thing I'm also going to do is if we go in the ice house gallery, they have these icicles like right here. I'm going to place these around too, so it's gonna look really cool. But yeah, I'm gonna get to building, and I'll see you when I think I'm pretty much done with this cave. Alrighty, so I've went ahead and built the entire cave, and you know, not only did I go and build the entire cave, I also went out and built the entire rest of the rest of the map. Listen, I kind of figured that watching mechanics was probably boring. I will explain the mechanics, but you know, I just didn't film it. And I was just gonna build another cave anyway with all the classes. So here we go. Now these mechanics are actually surprisingly simple, so I'm just gonna do a quick rundown. These spawn pads right here are set to primary, and this is what the players will spawn immediately as the game starts. Now over here, there's a bunch of buttons, like invisible buttons on boards that tell you what you're going to get with the loadout you pick. This timer tells players how much longer they have until the round actually starts. And when this timer goes off, a mutator zone teleports them into the actual map. Now this mutator zone also disables these spawners because you don't want players respawning in this room again. Oh yeah, and by the way, there is a mutator in here that allows players to not shoot and build and, you know, do all that stuff you don't want them to do. Now this right here looks complicated, I know, but trust me, it's really not that bad. What this is basically doing is it's giving points to players who kill another player. So one elimination equals 5 points, and when you get eliminated, minus 4 points is added to your score. So basically you just lose 4 points. And whenever you eliminate a player, you get an accolade, which gives you a very small amount of XP. Now these trackers down here are they are kill streaks. So this is supposed to be 5. I don't know why it's 4. But this kill streak is to eliminate 5 people in a row. And if you do that, then you get 8 points on top of the, what, I don't know, 25 you already got from eliminating those players. And because you got a kill streak, you get an airstrike. Now, same thing for down here, except for this one, you have to get 9 eliminations, and by doing that, you get a storm flip. Oh yeah, and you get accolades for both of those. I just go in the accolade. As you can see, this one gives a medium amount of XP, and this one gives a very large amount. Now, these health power-ups down here basically just make it so when you emote, you start healing, and when you stop emoting, you stop healing, and that is done with this mutator down here. When you're eliminated, it just gets rid of these trackers, and then when you spawn again, it gives the trackers back just to reset your progress on them. That's literally it. Oh yeah, and to deduct points. I mean, hopefully you understood that. I promise you it's not that complicated. It looks kind of complicated. Now, the final thing I'm going to do on camera is add all the barriers, because I was thinking, you know, we can't just, you know, I can't just end it off right there. I can't just go off camera and finish the map. I have to finish the map on camera. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go in with the barrier device, this one. Man, I can't, dude, I've spent the last week building this map. I can't believe it's like done. Like, it's crazy. But yeah, we're gonna make the height of this thing pretty tall. We're gonna make the barrier style invisible, and we're gonna save the width and the depth for when we actually go and like place it down. You know, I think it might be just easy to bring the depth down to like 4, and then just place it around, you know? I gotta make sure this is not visible during... Okay, it's not visible. Oh, yeah. I also need to not to block weapon fire because that'd be a bit weird. And that is all the barriers set up, I believe. Because if this... that ends there, and all right, that's all the barriers placed down. Now, we just need to do one final thing, because I don't want kids somehow jumping out of the map. So, I am going to lower the barrier height to 2, and then I am going to make the depth, I don't know, man, like 30, and then I'm going to make the width like 30. And wow. That's the map. It's done. The map's done. All right, now I'm gonna demonstrate the mechanics right now. I don't have anyone to play with. I'll just show you how things work out. So you spawn in here. It says select a loadout, and then the timer ticks down. There's also music playing in the back. Yeah, I'll go with the MK7. I made it so you get a gray MK7 because this gun is kind of OP, you know? As you can see in the top right, we have the elimination streaks. So 5 eliminations and then 9 eliminations, and you get certain weapons, certain items for completing those. And just to make sure I can shoot through the barriers, I can. And just to make sure I can't jump out this way. Nope, I cannot jump out that way. But I can still throw grenades out there, though. The barriers are doing their job. Oh, man. You know, I forgot how satisfying it was to actually finish a map. I've been updating the same map for like the past year, so to actually release another map, it's pretty cool, man. Yeah, for the actual build process, this is me signing off. See ya.